We're diving into one of the most fascinating and highly coveted coins in American numismatics, the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny era. If you thought pennies were just pocket change, think again. This coin isn't just copper and zinc, it's a ticket into the world of rare coin collecting, where fortunes are waiting for those who know where to look. Are you ready to uncover the secret behind this remarkable piece of history and learn how something as simple as a penny could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams? In the bustling years of the 1970s, the United States Mint was producing coins at an unprecedented rate, minting billions of pennies to keep up with everyday transactions. Yet, amid the uniformity of mass production, small mistakes, tiny anomalies, crept in. These mistakes, often unnoticed by the casual observer, became golden opportunities for collectors. Among these anomalies, the 1975 Lincoln penny error stands out for its rarity, historical significance, and market value. But what makes this particular penny so special? Why is the slightest variation enough to send collectors and investors into a frenzy? The story begins with the mint mark, the humble D of Denver. On certain 1975 Lincoln pennies, the mint mark was misplaced, doubled, or even struck with unusual pressure. These imperfections are not flaws in the coin's character, they are marks of uniqueness, the fingerprints of a coin that will never exist in quite the same way again. Imagine holding a coin that carries a mistake the mint itself never intended, a one-of-a-kind anomaly preserved for decades. It's like finding a misprinted stock certificate from the 1970s or a rare baseball card tucked away in an old attic. And here's the kicker, these pennies, once overlooked and left in change jars, are now in high demand, commanding thousands of dollars in the market. You might be asking yourself, how do people even know if a penny has such an error? And if I have one, how do I sell it? These are not trivial questions, they are the gateway to transforming forgotten coins into serious money. Many collectors, dealers, and auction houses rely on meticulous inspection. Every detail counts, the position of the mint mark, the thickness of the strike, the clarity of Lincoln's profile. Even the smallest anomaly can turn a simple 1975 penny into a coin that sells for maximum dollar value at auction. But be warned, timing is everything. Coins like these are so rare that waiting too long can mean missing out on a life-changing opportunity. Let's pause for a second, because I have to ask, have you ever rifled through your old coins and wondered if you were sitting on a goldmine? That dusty jar on your bookshelf could be hiding a fortune, a legacy that could change your financial future. It's not just fantasy. Across the United States, ordinary people have turned their pocket change into tens of thousands of dollars. From simple Lincoln pennies to rare silver coins, the pathway from forgotten coins to millionaire status is paved with awareness, timing, and knowledge. So the real question is, are you ready to see what's in your pocket change? Now, here's where it gets even more exciting. The 1975 Lincoln penny error is not only a collector's dream, it's an investment opportunity. In recent years, market trends for rare coins have skyrocketed. Collectors in the United States and around the world are seeking coins with these unique mint errors, driving the prices higher and higher. A coin that may have been worth a few cents in your change jar decades ago can now fetch an astonishing sum at auctions, sometimes in the realm of hundreds of thousands of dollars. The thrill comes from scarcity. There are only so many 1975 pennies with these errors, and each one is a unique snapshot of history. Holding one is like holding a small, tangible piece of time itself, but let's be honest for a moment, selling rare coins isn't as simple as posting them online. You might be wondering, how do I find the right buyer? How do I ensure I get maximum dollar value? How do I navigate auctions or collectible coin shops without getting lost in the process? These questions matter, and the answers can make a huge difference. Experts recommend professional grading services, authenticated appraisals, and trusted auction houses. A properly graded 1975 Lincoln penny error can multiply its value exponentially. And here's a little insider secret, collectors are always willing to pay top dollar for coins that are certified, unique, and in exceptional condition. It's the difference between selling a coin for pocket change and selling a coin for a life-changing sum. Now, I know what you're thinking, what if I don't have a grading service nearby? What if I just have a handful of coins lying around? Don't worry, you are not alone. Many Americans stumble upon valuable coins in their everyday lives, coins tucked in drawers, old piggy banks, or even hiding in couch cushions. What separates the lucky few from the rest is awareness and action. Every coin has a story, and every story has potential value. Ask yourself, have you checked the coins you've been carrying for decades? Could one of those pennies be the very 1975 era that collectors dream about? And here's a little humor to reset your attention. Imagine going to the grocery store and paying for your coffee with a coin worth more than your entire tab. People do it. Well, maybe not literally, but you get the point. Coins like the 1975 Lincoln penny era are not just history, they are a financial opportunity, hidden in plain sight that lets connect the dots. You've learned that the 1975 penny era is rare, highly sought after, and has enormous market potential. You've discovered that even ordinary pocket change could contain treasures. You understand the importance of professional grading and the excitement of auctions. Now, it's time to act. Imagine transforming your forgotten coins into a windfall that could fund your dreams, provide security for your family, or even start a legacy collection. The path is clear: inspect, authenticate, and engage with the coin market. The coins you have today could be tomorrow's gold. Have you ever asked yourself, how do I start selling my old and rare coins in the USA? Or, how can I make money from coins that have been lying around untouched? The answers are simpler than you might think. Begin by identifying potential errors, especially in pennies like the 1975 Next, have them professionally graded and documented. Then, explore auction houses, online marketplaces, and trusted coin shops. Every step increases your confidence and ensures that you receive the maximum dollar value. It's not just selling, it's claiming what is rightfully yours from history itself, and the emotional journey doesn't end there. Owning a 1975 Lincoln penny era is about more than money, it's about being part of a select group of collectors and investors who understand the value of rarity, history, and opportunity. The thrill of discovering a coin in a jar, the excitement of seeing it authenticated, and the satisfaction of knowing it can sell for an incredible sum, these emotions are priceless. They remind us that wealth isn't only in the numbers, it's in the stories we hold, the objects we treasure, and the legacies we leave behind us. So, as you sit back and consider your old coins, ask yourself, are you ready to turn ordinary pennies into extraordinary possibilities? Could your 1975 Lincoln penny era be the key to unlocking maximum dollar value? Every moment you wait is a moment someone else could discover and claim a coin like yours. The market is hot, the demand is high, and collectors are waiting. Your action today could lead to unimaginable rewards tomorrow. What if the very penny you've tossed around in your wallet for decades is quietly sitting there, waiting to be discovered, a rare treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars? Sounds like a dream, right? But for those who know where to look, the 1979 Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just change, it's a golden opportunity to turn ordinary coins into extraordinary wealth. How many times have we overlooked the small things in life, only to discover later that they held incredible value? Could it be that your pocket change is hiding a fortune just waiting for you? The story of the 1979 penny begins in the bustling mints of the United States. While millions of these coins were circulated, a very small fraction carries an error so rare that collectors fight tooth and nail to acquire them. These errors are subtle, sometimes a doubling of the date, a misplaced mint mark, or slight imperfections that make the coin unique. At first glance, it's just a penny. But for those with the eye to spot it, this tiny piece of copper and zinc can become a golden ticket. You might be asking yourself, how do I know if I have one of these? How can I tell if my penny is worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That is exactly the thrill of coin collecting, the chase, the discovery, and the realization that ordinary objects can hold extraordinary value. Now, imagine walking into a coin shop or an auction and seeing collectors ready to pay top dollar for something that you might have overlooked. The excitement is palpable, the tension electric. The 1979 Lincoln penny with an error is not just a coin, it's a statement. It's proof that you, like many others, can turn keen observation and knowledge into life-changing profit. And here's the truth, these pennies are in extremely high demand. From seasoned collectors to wealthy investors, everyone wants them, and there are simply not enough to satisfy the market. You may be holding a coin right now that could command prices in the maximum dollar range if it's verified and authenticated. How thrilling is that to consider, but let's pause for a second. Do you know how to sell old and rare coins? Have you ever wondered about the difference between selling to a local shop versus an auction? There's a strategy here that separates those who merely own coins from those who truly profit from them. Coins like the 1979 D. Lincoln penny don't just sit in drawers waiting for someone to notice, they move quickly in auctions, sometimes selling for more than the owners ever imagined. And the question that haunts every potential seller, am I letting money slip through my fingers every time I overlook a coin in my collection? Here's a fun thought, what if every coin in your pocket, your jar at home, or your drawer is a hidden fortune? Sounds like exaggeration, right? But history has shown us time and again that some of the most valuable coins were discovered in the most ordinary places. People have turned pocket change into millions, and the 1979 D penny has joined that elite club of coins that could transform a life. Have you ever flipped through your old change and thought, could this really be worth something? If you haven't, it's time to start asking yourself the right questions. What if that simple penny in your hand could be your ticket to financial freedom? And let's talk urgency. Why now? Because coins like this don't stay hidden for long. Each year, more collectors enter the market, more investors recognize the value, and the competition rises. The longer you wait, the more you risk watching someone else claim the prize that could have been yours. How quickly could you act if you discovered one in your collection today? Could you take the steps necessary to verify its authenticity, understand its market value, and sell it for maximum profit? These are the critical decisions that separate casual collectors from those who truly capitalize on their holdings. Let's dive a little deeper into the specifics. The 1979 D penny is a Lincoln 1-cent coin, minted in Denver, but it is its errors that elevate it from mere currency to collectible masterpiece. Some show double dies, some possess faint or missing mint marks, and others have off-center strikes. These imperfections, while minute, are precisely what makes the coin so highly sought after. And this is where excitement meets opportunity, because every error coin has the potential to reach maximum value if it's rare enough. How would it feel to hold a coin in your hand, knowing it could fetch tens of thousands of dollars? Isn't that an amazing thought? But here's a twist, many people have these coins and don't realize their potential. They leave them in old jars, drawers, or even in albums that have never been opened. Ask yourself, how many treasures are hiding in your home right now without you knowing it? Could one of your old collections be the source of a sudden windfall? And if you're thinking, I don't know where to start, don't worry, that's exactly why people turn to professional appraisers and coin dealers who specialize in uncovering the true value of rare pennies. There's a clear path to turning your forgotten coins into a life-changing opportunity. Now, consider the process. Once you have a potential 1979 D penny, authentication is key. Grading by recognized authorities ensures that buyers trust the coin's value. Then comes the selling stage, either through high-end auction houses that cater to collectors willing to pay top dollar, or through specialized coin shops that understand the rarity of your find. Each step must be taken with care, precision, and a clear understanding of market dynamics. And here's the exciting part. The demand for such coins is so intense that every verified and rare 1979 D penny can reach a staggering value. You might ask, what is the market price today? While it varies depending on condition and rarity, top examples of this coin have been known to fetch extraordinary amounts, in the maximum dollar range. Imagine walking away with that kind of money from a coin you could have ignored. Now, let's reflect for a moment. This is not just about money, it's about awakening to opportunity, about seeing value where others see ordinary. The thrill of discovering a rare coin is matched only by the satisfaction of turning that discovery into tangible wealth. Every coin tells a story, every mark and imperfection speaks to history, and every sale reminds you that sometimes the smallest items can have the biggest impact. Have you ever considered how many fortunes were quietly sitting in people's homes, unnoticed, waiting for someone to recognize their worth? And here's the kicker, this isn't limited to the 1979 D penny. Once you understand the process, the strategy, and the market, the possibilities expand. From your pocket changes to rare coin collections, there is a path to transforming overlooked coins into millions of dollars. How would it feel to take that first step, to start inspecting, learning, and identifying coins that hold untapped potential? Could this be the moment you turn curiosity into financial freedom? The urgency is real, the opportunity is clear, and the potential rewards are immense. So, if you've ever asked yourself, how do I sell old rare coins, or how can I make money from coins sitting at home, now is the time to act. The 1979 D Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just an investment, it's a chance to claim what you might never have imagined. With expert guidance, careful verification, and a strategic approach, the penny in your hand could become a story of success, wealth, and inspiration. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's not just a relic of American currency, but a rare gem that can be worth maximum dollars in today's market. And trust me, you don't want to blink while we explore this, because every second, someone out there might be discovering the very coin you've been casually tossing in your change. Let's set the stage. Imagine it's 1988. Ronald Reagan had just left office, the Cold War was winding down, and Americans everywhere were minding their business, spending, saving, and of course, exchanging pennies for gum and soda. But in the midst of ordinary circulation, the U.S. Mint accidentally produced a limited batch of pennies without a mint mark. A tiny oversight with massive implications. You might ask, what's the big deal about a missing mint mark? Well, this seemingly minor detail is what makes the 1988 no-mint mark Lincoln penny an object of obsession for coin collectors and investors alike. The absence of a mint mark indicates extreme rarity. In a world where collectors compete for the slightest anomaly, this penny stands out like a lighthouse in a stormy sea. Here's where it gets exciting. Not all pennies are created equal. Some are minted in the millions, tossed into circulation, and quickly forgotten. But errors, misprints, and anomalies, these are the treasures hidden in plain sight. The 1988 no-mint mark penny is a classic example. It slipped through the cracks of mass production, creating a rare variation that could be the key to thousands, or even tens of thousands, of dollars if sold at the right time, in the right hands. And I hear you asking, how do I even know if I have one? That's the thrill, the detective work of examining every penny in your collection, searching for imperfections, and uncovering the rare ones. Now, imagine holding this coin. Close your eyes for a moment. You feel the weight of history in your fingers. Every scratch, every detail, tells a story of American life in 1988. But here's the kicker, that story could translate into wealth beyond what you ever imagined. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, Ray, I just have a jar of pennies. Don't underestimate it. Many people have gone from pocket change to millions by spotting the right coins, learning their value, and connecting with the right buyers. Could that be you? Absolutely. Let's talk numbers for a moment. While many coins from the late 1980s are worth mere cents, the no-mint mark variation skyrockets in value because collectors pay a premium for rarity. Picture auction rooms filled with excited bidders, paddles raised high, each determined to own a piece of history. The tension, the anticipation, the thrill of the winning bid, this is where ordinary coins become extraordinary. And yes, the current market value is the maximum dollar, a testament to its scarcity and desirability. If you've ever dreamed of selling a coin and seeing your bank account light up in ways you never expected, this is the kind of opportunity that can make it happen. But how do you get from holding a penny to realizing its full value? That's where knowledge meets action. First, examine your coins carefully. Look for the mint mark, or, in this case, the absence of one. Second, authenticate it. Rare coins attract rare opportunities, but only if you can prove their authenticity. Third, connect with collectors, auction houses, and specialty coin dealers. Many ask, how do I sell old, rare coins in the USA, or how do I maximize the value of my collection? The answer lies in building relationships, understanding the market, and timing your sale strategically. Selling a coin isn't just a transaction, it's a performance, a moment where patience, knowledge, and confidence converge to create extraordinary results. Now, I want to pause and ask you something. Have you ever thought that the pennies in your pocket might be more valuable than the bills in your wallet? It sounds like a joke, right? But it's not. The thrill of discovery is real, and it's one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. That feeling of, what if this is the one? It's addictive, and it's why millions of Americans are diving into their old change jars, searching for treasures. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a shining example of how a simple mistake at the mint can lead to life-changing rewards. Let's take a moment to imagine the possibilities. You discover a 1988 no-mint Mark penny while cleaning out an old drawer. You authenticate it. You list it for sale through a trusted auction house. And suddenly, a collector recognizes its value. The bids climb higher and higher, your heart racing as the price surpasses your wildest expectations. Can you feel the excitement? That surge of adrenaline when your coin, once forgotten, becomes the center of attention in a room full of eager collectors. This is the power of rare coins, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary, transforming history into tangible wealth. But here's a crucial question: why stop at one penny? Many people ask, how can I make money from coins, or can I really turn pocket change into millions? The answer lies in patience, research, and persistence. Every collection has hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Each coin is a potential opportunity, and the more you know, the better equipped you are to recognize value. Start by cataloging your coins, learning the minting history, and identifying anomalies. The small steps today can lead to monumental results tomorrow. Humor me for a moment. Imagine telling your friends that a penny in your pocket is worth more than their car. They'll laugh, of course. But who's laughing when that coin sells for thousands at auction? Exactly. That moment, that realization, is the intersection of opportunity and action. And this is exactly why the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is in such high demand. Collectors are not just buying copper, they're buying rarity, history, and the chance to own a piece of the American story. Here's something to keep in mind: timing is everything. The coin market ebbs and flows, influenced by collectors, investors, and economic conditions. Knowing when to sell can make a massive difference. Many ask, where should I sell my coins, or how do I get the best price in an auction shop? The answer is to seek reputable avenues: established auction houses, trusted coin dealers, or specialized online marketplaces. These platforms attract serious buyers who recognize value and are willing to pay top dollar. Your coin isn't just a penny, it's an investment with the potential for incredible returns. And speaking of returns, let's connect the dots. The journey from an ordinary 1988 penny to a coveted collector's item is filled with excitement, discovery, and yes, a little bit of suspense. You start with curiosity, examining your coins. You spot a variation, the missing mint mark. You authenticate it, realizing its rarity. You enter the marketplace, and suddenly, your coin is the focus of attention, competing for bids in a high-stakes auction. Every step builds upon the last, and by the time you reach the final hammer, you've transformed a humble piece of metal into a symbol of opportunity, wealth, and history. The story begins in 1994, a year that seems ordinary at first glance. Americans were busy with daily life, some collecting coins casually, some barely noticing the coins jingling in their pockets. But in the quiet corridors of the United States Mint, something extraordinary was happening. A batch of Lincoln pennies was struck without the usual mint mark, a tiny detail that to most people goes unnoticed, but for collectors, it's the difference between a common coin and a treasure. Have you ever wondered how a tiny mark, or the absence of it, can make a coin suddenly worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? It's a lesson in attention to detail, patience, and timing. These 1994 no-mint Mark pennies were never meant to be rare. They were supposed to circulate, to pay for gum at the corner store, to sit unnoticed in jars at the back of drawers. But now, decades later, their rarity has made them some of the most sought-after coins in America. Collectors and investors alike are scrambling to find them, willing to pay prices that seem impossible for a single cent. Can you imagine a coin you might have tossed into a parking meter now being a ticket to wealth? The thought alone is enough to quicken the heartbeat of anyone with even a small stash of old coins. So, what makes this penny so extraordinary? It's all in the mint mark, or rather, the absence of it. Most 1994 Lincoln pennies carry a small D or S stamped near the date, indicating they were minted in Denver or San Francisco. But the no mint mark variety? That's primarily from the Philadelphia Mint, and due to an error or oversight, a tiny fraction escaped without the identifying mark. And collectors love rarity. The fewer that exist, the higher the value climbs. Have you ever held something so rare that its scarcity alone made it priceless? That's exactly the thrill collectors feel when they find one of these elusive coins, and here's where it gets exciting. Not every 1994 penny is valuable. Some might still be sitting in jars at your grandparents' house, or even in your own change drawer. But the 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny? That's the kind of coin that auction houses fight over. Imagine attending a coin auction, watching bids climb higher and higher, your heart racing with every offer. How much would you pay for a coin that could turn into tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars? The emotional tension alone is addictive. And yes, that's real, these coins have fetched record-breaking prices in private sales and auctions across the United States. Now, you might be asking, how do I know if I have one? Or, how can I make money from coins I already own? These are the exact questions that every potential collector and seller faces. Identifying a no mint mark penny isn't difficult, but it does require care. Look closely at the date, the field around it, and the tiny details. Sometimes, under bright light and a magnifying glass, the absence of the mint mark becomes unmistakable. And once you've identified one, the next question emerges: how do I sell this rare coin in the United States and maximize its value? That's where knowledge meets opportunity. Selling old and rare coins isn't like selling everyday items on eBay. You need to understand the market, know the right dealers, and recognize the urgency that scarcity creates. Auction houses, for example, thrive on competition. When multiple buyers know that only a handful of coins exist, prices can soar dramatically. Ever wonder how ordinary coins become million-dollar treasures? It's this scarcity, combined with collector demand, that drives their market value sky-high. And make no mistake, a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny is highly coveted, a hot commodity among collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a chance to add it to their collection. But let's pause for a moment. Have you ever thought about how coins, something we use daily without a second thought, can hold this kind of power? It's a strange feeling, knowing that in your pocket might be a coin worth more than your car payment, or even your rent. And it's not just about money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the excitement of realizing that ordinary objects can have extraordinary value. This coin is more than metal, it's potential. It's the bridge between the coins you once ignored and the financial opportunities you might have only dreamed of. Picture this: you walk into an auction shop, a small envelope in your hand containing your 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny. The room is buzzing with anticipation. Collectors whisper to one another, eyes darting to the tiny treasure you hold. The auctioneer calls for the first bid. $5,000. $10,000. $20,000. And it climbs higher, every bid a heartbeat, every raise a moment of suspense. Have you ever felt a rush like that, knowing that something you've had for years could now be the key to incredible wealth? That's exactly what this penny can do, turning a simple act of saving loose change into a moment of life-changing excitement. Of course, the path to selling rare coins successfully requires more than just finding them. You need to ask the right questions, work with the right professionals, and act at the right time. How do you authenticate your coin? How do you find the right auction house in the United States? How do you ensure you're getting the maximum dollar value for your treasure? These questions aren't just academic, they are the difference between selling a coin for a fraction of its value and turning it into a windfall that can fund dreams, investments, or a lavish lifestyle, and let's not forget the emotional journey. There's a little fear, a spark of urgency, a pulse of excitement that comes with selling something rare. You might ask yourself, am I doing this right? Am I missing my opportunity? That's natural. But here's the truth, the more you learn, the more prepared you are, the more confident you become in turning coins into cash. From pocket changes to millions, it's a journey that rewards patience, knowledge, and a little bit of daring. Are you ready to step into that world? Now, imagine the future. You could be the person who found a 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny in a jar of coins, who took the time to verify its authenticity, who navigated the auction scene with skill and precision. The result? Maximum dollar realized, a sum that reflects the rarity, the excitement, and the demand of collectors nationwide. And isn't that the ultimate goal, transforming something ordinary into something extraordinary, leveraging knowledge and action to create real wealth? It's not just about money, it's about empowerment, opportunity, and the thrill of making smart, inspired decisions. So, what's the takeaway here? Every coin tells a story. Every no-mint Mark Lincoln penny from 1994 carries a unique journey from mint to pocket to potential millionaire's vault. The value isn't just in the metal, it's in the rarity, the demand, and the opportunity. And right now, as these coins become scarcer, the time to act is pressing. Ask yourself, are you going to ignore the coins in your drawer, or are you ready to unlock the potential they hold? How can you sell old and rare coins for maximum profit in the United States? How can you ensure your pennies today could fund your dreams tomorrow? In the end, it all comes full circle. The coins you once overlooked, the pennies you tossed without a thought, the change you carried in your pocket, they could be the very key to a life of abundance. The 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just a coin, it's an opportunity, a story, a chance to step into a world of rare collectibles, high-stakes auctions, and financial transformation. The maximum dollar isn't just a figure, it's a testament to the power of knowledge, the excitement of discovery, and the timeless appeal of America's coin heritage. We are diving into one of the most fascinating, highly sought-after coin errors in modern U.S. history, the 2003 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. Yes, the very coin that has collectors and investors alike scrambling, and in rare cases, selling for maximum dollar amounts that will leave you breathless. You might be wondering, how does a coin from 2003, something minted just over 2 decades ago, become a treasure worth a small fortune? The answer lies in rarity, in error, and in the kind of opportunity that turns everyday objects into gold mines. Most Lincoln pennies from 2003 are ordinary. They sit unnoticed in jars, drawers, and change purses across the country. But the no-mint mark variation is different. It's an error, a deviation from the standard, and in the world of coin collectors, that's where the magic happens. Before we dive deeper, let's pause for a moment. How many pennies do you have sitting in your home right now? Go ahead, count them. Don't worry, I'll wait. Got them? Now imagine if one of those coins, just one, had the potential to be your next big investment, a coin that could be sold at auction for maximum dollar amounts. Could it be sitting right under your nose? That thought alone should make your heart skip a beat. The story begins in 2003, a year when the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them bore the familiar mint mark, D for Denver or P for Philadelphia, but a handful were mistakenly struck without any mark at all. These no-mint mark pennies were never meant to enter circulation. Yet, due to a rare minting error, they did. And here's where your curiosity should spike: how many of these coins exist today? Exact numbers are a mystery, fueling the excitement and the urgency among collectors. When something is scarce, desire skyrockets. That is why the 2003 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is in such high demand. Now, you might be asking yourself, Ray, how can I tell if my penny is one of these rare treasures? Excellent question. First, look closely at the coin's obverse side. A standard 2003 Lincoln cent minted in Philadelphia should show a small P under the date, while a Denver coin has a D. If your penny has neither, congratulations, you may be holding a collector's gem. But wait, don't jump to conclusions too quickly. Coins can be tricky, and fakes do exist. So, the next step is verification, ideally by a professional coin grading service. This is not just a precaution, it's essential if you want to sell your coin for maximum value. Speaking of selling, here's a question that's probably running through your mind: how do I sell old rare coins in the USA and actually get top dollar? Or maybe you're thinking, how do I even begin to make money from coins, starting from pocket changes to potentially millions? Well, this is where strategy meets opportunity. Selling a rare coin is not as simple as handing it to the first buyer you find. Auctions, reputable coin dealers, and online marketplaces specializing in rare coins are your best bet. Each platform comes with its own nuances, fees, and timing considerations. And timing is everything. The market for rare coins can fluctuate, but scarcity and demand often push prices higher, sometimes in ways that feel almost surreal. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the emotional thrill here. Imagine holding this 2003 penny in your hand, realizing that it's not just copper and zinc, it's a ticket to a possible six-figure or even seven-figure payday. You're not just a coin owner, you're a potential millionaire sitting on history. Doesn't that sound exciting? And isn't that the exact reason why collectors chase these errors, paying top dollar to secure them before anyone else? But let's pause again and throw in a little humor to keep things lively. Picture this: you drop your coffee, scramble to pick it up, and accidentally slip your hand into your pocket. Lo and behold, it brushes against a 2003 no-mint mark penny. Your heart races, your palms sweat, because in that tiny moment, your life could change. I know it sounds dramatic, but in the world of coin collecting, this is reality. Every ordinary coin could hide an extraordinary secret. Now, connecting the dots, think about this: from the moment the penny left the mint in 2003, it had a destiny few could foresee. It traveled through cash registers, vending machines, and pockets across America. Most were spent, lost, or forgotten. But the rare no-mint mark versions, they survived. They endured the wear and tear of daily life, all while silently accumulating value. And today, collectors are willing to pay maximum dollar amounts to own one. So, the next time you handle loose change, ask yourself, could this be more than just pocket change? Could this be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle? You might also wonder, what factors influence the coin's value? Condition is king. A penny in pristine condition, uncirculated, shiny, and free of blemishes, commands the highest prices. Grade it professionally, and it could fetch thousands. The historical significance and rarity amplify its allure, turning a simple coin into a serious investment. This isn't just about nostalgia, this is about wealth, security, and making smart financial choices that others overlook. Let's address another question you've probably asked yourself: how do I get my coin noticed by serious buyers? Again, auctions are your ally. High-profile auction houses attract serious collectors and investors, ensuring that your coin's value is realized. Reputable coin dealers can also guide you, offering market insights and helping authenticate your coin. And don't underestimate online platforms that specialize in numismatics. They connect sellers with a global audience, sometimes driving prices beyond imagination. Now, here's a pattern interrupt to shake things up. Have you ever thought a penny could be your retirement plan? I know it sounds ridiculous, but the idea isn't far-fetched. Imagine a future where a coin you found at the bottom of a jar today funds your next big adventure or secures your legacy. It's not fantasy, it's the potential reality of owning a rare coin like the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. And the only limit is your willingness to act. But let's get serious again for a moment. How many people in your community, in your city, are walking past pennies worth thousands every day without realizing it? How many potential fortunes are lost simply because people overlook what's right under their noses? This is your opportunity to be different. To act, to verify, to secure, and ultimately, to sell for maximum value. You're not just collecting coins, you're seizing financial opportunity. Let's loop back to the emotional core here. Fear, excitement, and urgency are powerful motivators. Fear of missing out drives collectors to act quickly. Excitement fuels their pursuit. And urgency? Well, in the world of rare coins, it's not uncommon for one coin to sell for a maximum dollar amount in a matter of minutes at auction. That's the kind of energy you want to feel when considering whether to explore your collection. The time to act is now, not tomorrow, not next week, but today. So, what's the takeaway from this journey? It's simple. The 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just an error, it's a rare, highly desirable treasure, a coin that has traveled through history and landed in the hands of those astute enough to recognize its value. Whether you're holding a single coin or a jar full of pennies, the opportunity to turn pocket change into serious money is real. Verification, authentication, and smart selling strategies are your keys to unlocking that potential. We're diving into a story that turns ordinary change into extraordinary wealth, the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, the very penny you might find stuck between the couch cushions could be your ticket to a life of luxury, freedom, and financial empowerment. Can you imagine holding a coin in your hand that collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars for? And here's the kicker, this isn't some fairy tale, it's happening right now in auctions across the United States. Let's step back for a moment. The year is 2005, a seemingly ordinary year in American history, yet in the world of numismatics, something incredible happened. A rare error occurred in the production of Lincoln pennies. No mint mark was struck on certain coins meant for the Philadelphia Mint. To the untrained eye, it looked like just another penny. But for collectors, it was a gem waiting to be discovered. Imagine the excitement, the thrill of realization, when a coin that's been jingling in someone's pocket suddenly becomes a priceless treasure. It's a moment that has changed lives, turning average people into millionaires overnight. Can you feel that surge of excitement? That pulse of opportunity? That's exactly what's at stake when you hold a rare coin like this one. Now, before you think this is just a one-in-a-million scenario, consider this: how many pennies are produced every year in the United States? Billions. Yet only a tiny fraction hold these extraordinary errors. The rarity creates demand that is almost unimaginable. Collectors, investors, and even international buyers are hunting for these coins. Why? Because they know that the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just a coin, it's a story, a piece of history, and, most importantly, a financial opportunity. And here's a thought that might make you smile: have you ever wished your pocket change could pay for your dream vacation? Well, this is as close as it gets. So, how do you know if your coin is one of the rare ones? That's where the thrill, and a little fear, comes in. Because if you've got this penny in your possession and you don't recognize its value, someone else might scoop it up before you even realize what you have. Can you imagine the frustration? The what if haunting you as that coin sells for tens of thousands of dollars. But here's the good news: identifying these coins isn't as impossible as it sounds. Look closely at the mint mark, or in this case, the absence of one. Examine the coin's condition, the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, the detail in the wheat stalks on the reverse. These small, precise characteristics determine whether your ordinary penny is actually a golden ticket in disguise. And here's a question that probably just popped into your mind: how do people sell old and rare coins like this one? Where do they go? How do they know they're getting top dollar? Let me take you through the journey. First, it's about understanding value. Auctions are where collectors are willing to pay premium prices for rare coins. High-end coin shops, online marketplaces, and specialized numismatic auctions are constantly seeking coins like the 2005 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Some coins fetch prices that would make your jaw drop. Others, if overlooked, remain just pennies in jars. The difference between a lucky finder and someone who misses out. Knowledge, timing, and action. Here's a fun thought to reset your brain for a moment. Did you know that the same penny you just used to open your soda could be worth more than a brand new car? Sounds unbelievable, right? But that's the kind of surprise the coin world thrives on. And here's a question for you to ponder: what would you do if your pocket change suddenly became a fortune? Would you sell it quickly, or hold it for even bigger gains? The truth is, every coin has a story, and the story of the 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of extreme demand and massive potential. Buyers are actively hunting for it, and in today's market, it's highly competitive. Let's take a closer look at the market dynamics. Why are these coins worth so much? The answer lies in scarcity and collector obsession. When collectors realize a particular error exists, they want it. And when supply is limited, like it is for this penny, the value skyrockets. There's an excitement, almost like a treasure hunt, that drives prices higher with each auction. But don't let the opportunity slip away. The market moves fast, and coins don't stay hidden forever. This is the urgency you need to feel. Imagine looking at a stack of pennies and realizing one is worth enough to pay off your mortgage. That's the power of knowledge combined with action. You might be asking yourself, how do I actually sell this coin? That's a crucial question, because knowing you have a treasure is one thing, but turning it into life-changing money is another. Selling requires strategy, getting it professionally graded, authenticating its rarity, and presenting it in the right marketplace. Auction houses will offer you expert guidance and exposure to serious buyers who are willing to pay maximum dollar for the right piece. And yes, even local coin shops in the US are constantly on the lookout for high-demand errors like the 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Every step is an opportunity to maximize your return, but only if you act wisely. Here's something to really grab your attention: these coins don't just sit around collecting dust. They're traded, bought, and sold in markets where fortunes are made. Some people have literally transformed their lives with just one rare penny. From pocket change to millions. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't hype, it's documented. And here's the exciting part: your coin could be next. Can you feel the adrenaline? That rush of potential is what drives collectors to scour their drawers, attics, and old jars of change for just one coin. And every day, new opportunities appear. You never know which penny could be your golden ticket. So, what's stopping you? Fear of being wrong? Hesitation? The market rewards those who act decisively. And here's a question that might make you laugh: how many coins have you tossed into fountains without realizing they could have been worth tens of thousands of dollars? Every missed opportunity is a lesson, and every discovery is a triumph. Imagine walking into a coin shop with a 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, feeling the anticipation, and hearing the words, "This is exactly what we've been looking for." The excitement is palpable, the rewards immense, and let's connect all the dots here. From the moment this coin left the Philadelphia Mint in 2005, it had the potential to change lives. From your pocket to a professional auction house, it travels a path filled with opportunity, demand, and financial promise. Collectors and investors are constantly searching for coins like this one, which means your opportunity is real, immediate, and incredibly valuable. How do you harness this potential? By understanding the rarity, authenticating your coin, and strategically entering the market. The excitement, the fear of missing out, the sheer possibility of wealth, it all comes together in one small, unassuming coin.